Harry, this is Lord Potato, and this is What If Naruto Was Neglected and Ate Two Devil Fruits, Part 2. Now, let me mention something before I continue on with this Part 2. I am a fucking retard, and I thought I was saying Andrew, or Ando, or... Look here. I thought I was saying this guy's name, but I was saying, what's it called? The guy from, what's it called, Misfit of the Demon King. So instead of me trying to say in English, because it kind of, my head mixed it up with the fucking guy from that world, I'm gonna just say Andrew, because that's the Japanese one, so I'm just gonna say Andrew. If you think that I'm gonna say the American one, the English one, you're fucking tripping, because I'm gonna keep mixing it up, and I'm just gonna just say Andrew, okay? So, Naruto's name is named Andrew, and that's all. There's no Uzumaki because Naruto doesn't know about that. He doesn't even know about his whole relationship with Minato and Namikaze. So, yeah. So, let me first, what's it called? Say, so go subscribe to my Sensei Iconic What Ups, over to What Ups, and, Iconic? Did I say Iconic? Yeah, the links will be in the description. Also, Anime King, what's it called? Yeah, Anime King, also, a link will be in the description. Because, yes, this would have was expired from Anime King. I forgot to mention that in part 1. I was just too excited to actually start, and yeah. And I don't want to forget names, but I fucked up. Yeah, I just really fucked up in the first part. I might redo it, probably, but I might change some things when I'm redoing it, because I like doing some from why. Okay, I don't know why I change a lot of things when I'm redoing, probably because I can't think of the same damn thing what I thought of last time. But other than that, yeah. So yeah, Anime Kings. The what if that I kind of got expired from was what if Naruto was put through hair, the okay, not hair, put through hell and was adopted by the raikage. Now, not this what if is not going to be the exact same thing as well that what if for Anime King, because Anime King I think that's in his second channel, which he just reads a fanfic. Yeah, his second channel was the one to read fanfics. So yeah, I'm not doing any. I don't want to go fully like the exact same as that one. Instead, I'm actually gonna change something, which yeah, this what if is just gonna be different from that what if. I don't want to go the exact same thing. Because, bro, you see here, it's kind of copyrighted there, now that I think about it. So, yeah. So, I'm not going the exact same thing, like he's going to blah, blah, blah. I'm going to mention where the change kind of happens, okay? But other than that, that's all I wanted to mention. I wanted to clear up some things, so yeah. No, what's it called? No recap, because I upload this, what's it called? 2 days ago, right? No, wait, 3 days. No, 4. I don't remember when I uploaded this. Well, fuck it. I don't give a shit what number of day or whatever bullshit is. I'm too not. Why I'm too tired. I actually did black out yesterday, and when I was about to do like the thumbnail for what if Naruto was a reincarnation, Kampachi and was neglected. So yeah. If you want to go check out that one, I only did 18 minutes of that, like 19 to 18 minutes. Couldn't really finish, well, not finish like part 1 fully because I want to do at least 50 minutes, but I didn't have time. So let me go on to this what if and shut the fuck up. So yeah. But let's go. So we go into Naruto being in Snow Country. Of course, Naruto, he is right now training with Killer Bee and Yujito. This is where, well, Naruto's using lightning and even wind style. Now, of course, he's adding chakra towards those two elements because he had a very high infinity for lightning and wind. Even though Killer Bee is saying you have a really high wind for that, for both of those. Well, not high wind, I mean high infinity. This is where, well, Killer Bee says, but at least not big bro, my little bro is over here becoming the strongest. He about to show everyone he's the strongest. This is where Yujito punches him in the head and says, shut up! This is where Naruto kind of chuckles and yeah. Some is right now training with Karu, but yeah. Also, Moe, what's it called? Amoe and what's it called? Both Amoe and Darui are kind of just like looking up in the sky, seeing the snowflakes. But yeah, it's where after Naruto's training, he goes to actually explore the snow country. Even though Killer Bee and Yujito tell him not to do it, but Naruto does it anyway. He kind of just sneaks off. Samui decides to follow him because yeah, this is where both Naruto are just talking with Samui, and of course Samui says, "So just think we went far enough." That's where Naruto says, "But I want to see around. Maybe we find a giant castle or whatever." This is where somebody says, "Speak of the devil, look behind you, you idiot." This is where Naruto says, "Oh, that's interesting." This is where a bunch of snow ninjas appeared and say, "Who are you and what are you doing here?" This is where Samui and Naruto say, Naruto says, "The demon." This is where, he says the demon lord. This is where the snow ninjas don't believe them and it decides to attack Naruto and Samui. Samui says, "Why the hell did you say that?" Naruto says, "Because of this lightning cell. Lightning needles." Kills all the, what's it called, snow ninjas. This is where Naruto says, "They attacked us first, so I get to attack them, right?" This is where Moe says, Samui says, "You idiot. Let's just keep going. Maybe we can find something interesting in the castle." Probably. This is where, Naruto's going, and of course Samui is kind of going along behind him, actually hiding in the shadows, while Naruto is just fully just walking and not caring. Reason why is Naruto has, for some reason, his persona does change a little bit. Just a little bit. Every time he uses lightning, it kind of makes he kind of feels arrogant a little bit, but yeah. This is where Naruto, he kind of keeps going, and of course he feels something odd. Like something's going to happen, but he can't tell what it is. Until when the door opens, a giant man appeared, and of course this man looks down and says, "Some kind of random kid. Hey, you three, get him." This is where three snow ninjas appear, and they're the elite, snow ninjas. The big guy, the pink hair, and the other guy, the blue hair. Of course, this is where, they decide to attack Naruto, and Naruto, he couldn't really fight them because they were faster than Naruto for some reason. Naruto was confused until he gets hit in the stomach and gets taken into the castle. This is where Tabato says, He looks into the tree and sees nothing. Into a clearing and thought he saw someone. This is where someone says, "That idiot." This is where Naruto is taken to a prison and has something, with him in his kind of shoulder. This is where Naruto is confused. He wakes up. He's like, "Where the hell am I?" This is where Naruto, he did wake up like 30 minutes ago. And this is where Naruto, from him just looking in front of him, he sees a girl. And Naruto doesn't really care. He doesn't question it. He kind of looks around. He sees chains like right now tied up. I mean, he's really tied up. And this is where he sees something just on his arm. For some reason, he doesn't really give a shit. This is where Naruto says, he tries to move around. And of course, this is where Naruto remembers that he can turn his arms into lightning's legs. Well, mostly arm. Because he did try it out when he was kind of telling Samui and all that about it. So of course, he just turns into lightning and gets his arms out. This is where he looks at the leg, mostly at his legs, turns them into lightning and gets out. Now the little thing hasn't reacted. Now, Naruto doesn't know that this is not, this thing is supposed to react when you're using chakra. But Naruto's devilfruits are not even made with chakra. There's something special more about them. Now, I know some of you are going to question, how the fuck are devilfruits in, the Naruto world? Well, I will mention later. Yes, if you're thinking that the One Piece, world and the Naruto world might be connected, kinda. Let me mention something like this. So again, of course, let me go back into what if. So of course, this is where, Naruto, he's wondering what the hell is this thing. The girl in front of him did not see Naruto transform his body into lightning, so of course, she doesn't know. She kind of looks up and she sees Naruto. Naruto's confused. This is where Naruto's looking around and then he locks eyes with that girl. This is where, the girl says, "What are you looking at?" This is where Naruto says, "I'm just looking at how damn ugly you are." This is where she goes, "Do you know who you're speaking to? This is where Naruto says, no. Now I don't give a shit. Where are we actually? This is where she says, huh? Do you know I'm an actress named Koyoki? This is where Naruto says, again, I don't give a shit. Now where are we actually? This is where Koyoki says, little brat. Naruto, he looks at the bars. He touches his arm onto the bars and feels lightning from it. This is where Naruto starts absorbing the lightning unconsciously. He doesn't even know he's actually doing this. This is where, well, the little thing on his hand, Naruto then says, wait, whatever the hell this is, I don't give a shit. A lightning style. A lightning, what's it called? Lightning blade. This is where he makes a lightning blade in his hand and actually adding chakra this time. And this is where his little reactor thing kind of started hurting his arm. He's like, ugh, what the hell? Wait, does that thing use chakra? What the hell is this? The girl says, huh, it's probably something that absorbs your chakra, ninja, or something. Where are you from? That's where Naruto says, the hell should I tell you for? This is where Naruto doesn't feel like telling her at all anything. Naruto's like attitude kind of changes after him kind of getting hurt a little bit. It's like if he had to split personality. Not really, but I'll mention that later. This is where, well, Naruto says whatever. He still has the lightning on his arm because it did become a blade. When it kind of, the chakra molded to be a blade. And of course the chakra got absorbed into the thing, but this is where Naruto still cuts out of the way. He like cuts through the bars because the bars were kind of drained out of lightning. This is where Naruto does not know that he can actually use lightning, just pure natural lightning from himself. But he doesn't know that it's still exactly. This is where Naruto says, whatever. He goes to the other jail cell, cuts through it, and says, there you go, bitch. You can leave now. This is where she says, aren't you supposed to be my rescuer, my protector person, whatever? This is where Naruto says, not really. Why the hell would I want to protect some nosy bitch like you? I don't really care. This is where Shamui has told, Killer Bee, and Yujito, and even, Darui, Amoe, and Karu. This is where all of them are screaming, that idiot! This is where Killer Bee says, oh, damn it! I should have never let him go. Damn, I'm a fool. This is where Yujito says, this is no time for you to start rapping. Let's just go. So, of course, they get to the snow castle, and of course, this is where Naruto's like, fine, I'm gonna help you. Naruto grabs her arm, pulls her towards what's it called, out of like the cage, and this is where Yamato appears with his like 3 elite snow ninjas. This is where Yamato says, huh? Koyoki. It seems that you escape, and also Yukuma ninja also escape. Naruto says, yeah? Why do you give a shit? This is where, well, Naruto's still, the little reactor thing is still on his arm. And this is where, well, Naruto's holding lightning. And this is where Tabata says, how the fuck are you doing that? That thing is supposed to absorb any chakra you have. Naruto says, it is? I don't feel absorbed. I don't feel tired. Naruto doesn't feel tired because, well, he has another energy kind of pulsating inside him that's kind of not really making him kind of be tired. And that is the Nine Tails. This is where Kurama says, you idiot. This is where Naruto hears that voice and says, what the? I must be going fucking crazy. I must be hearing goddamn voices. Kurama's like, you fucking moron, listen to me. This is where Naruto says, who the hell said that? This is where Naruto says, who said what? Naruto says, don't know, but damn, you are ugly. This is where Naruto's kind of giggling in his mind because, well, you see here, Andrew, basically, you know Andrew, or Andrew, yeah, the guy who can use lightning devil for another, he loves to make fun of anyone. He has a great humor. But yeah, he has great humor. And Naruto does kind of take a little bit of personality from him. So yeah. This is where, well, I'm kind of making Naruto kind of sound like him. Yeah. This is where Naruto says, but damn, you are ugly as hell. Damn, have your mother ever told you that you are ugly as fuck? Damn, I don't even think your mother ever looked at you once. You are one ugly motherfucker. This is where Tabata says, well, you black dragon twister. He sent a black dragon twister at, well, Naruto and Koyoki. And this is where Naruto says, "Oh shit." This is where Naruto says, "What to do? I don't have chakra, but I have the lightning blade." This is where Kurama is like, send chakra into Naruto, making Naruto go into the one-tailed cloak, and the little device broke into shattering. This is where Naruto says, "What the hell?" or whatever. This is where Naruto cuts through the what's it called, Dragon Twister. This is where Naruto is right now in the one-tailed cloak. This is where Naruto says, "Right, this is the Nine-Tails. Why haven't I been able to talk to you, Mr. Nine-Tails?" This is where Kurama says, "Oh, I wonder why. Maybe because you've been ignoring me." Naruto says, "Have I been ignoring you?" I probably have. This is where, well, what's it called? I'm about to say, how? How did you get through that? No matter what, he pulls out power armor, and Naruto appears right in front of him. Right now, kind of just like his Naruto's arm becomes into a lightning. The lightning that he absorbs from like the jail bars and all that from his like left arm. And of course, this is where he punches Zabato in the stomach, shattering the armor by actually sending so much lightning, sending about 1 million volts inside it per second. This is where, well, Zabato's armor just shattered. Like, it kind of just gets fried. This is where Zabato himself gets fried. And this is where the elite snow ninjas try to attack Naruto. This is where Naruto pulls out his sword, well, still the lightning sword that he still has on his right arm, and cuts them down like pathetic idiots. Because Naruto is faster than them, 10 times faster than them, being in the one-tailed cloak. This is where Naruto looks at Koyoki and says, "So, we're gonna be leaving?" This is where Koyoki says, yeah. She decides to follow Naruto. Naruto's out of the one-tailed cloak, and Naruto says, "So, Mr. Fox, how do you want me to tell you? Say your name." This is where Kurama just says, "Just talk in your mind. You sound like a goddamn crazy psychopath." This is where Naruto says, "Really? Huh. Oh, I do probably sound like a crazy psychopath now that I think about it. This civilian probably doesn't even know what I'm talking about." This is where Koyoki's confused. And this is where Naruto says, "And we're outside." This is where Koyoki says, "Thank you. Are you gonna bring me to my palace?" Naruto says, I saved you. I don't give a shit. You realize here, I'm on a mission to another fucking place. What are you thinking that I'm supposed to save you? I'm just here to... I just saved you because out of kindness, I guess." This is where Koyoki says, so you're not the people that were hired to protect me?" Naruto says, "No." This is where Killer Bee says, "Yo, fool! What happened?" This is where Naruto says, I went in Dark Castle, got captured, managed to free myself, got outside, and this crazy lady is telling me that I must protect her because she's some kind of princess. I don't know." This is where Killer Bee says, "Huh? Wait. Yujito says, oh, you're Koyoki, the, what's it called, Land of Snow Princess. Or, not Koyoki, you're the actress." This is where Dari says, "Oh. Alright, I forgot this was a mission for me and Karu." This is where Karu says, "Wait, this was a mission?" "Yeah, what's it called? The raikage got a kind of report about that someone like the Koyoki actress and all that wanted backup to kind of help the country be liberated from her uncle, and well, we don't know what happened to her, but we were just coming around here. This is why we went with your mission." This is where, well, always says, "Ah, that explains a lot." So, Koyoki-san, where is this Zabato person? This is where Koyoki says, she points at Naruto and says he killed him. This is where Naruto says, "Yeah, I fried them like a chicken." This is where Naruto says, "Good job, Naruto. Now I don't need a fight." This is where Karu says, "You idiot. What? You're just gonna let a kid do it?" This is where Naruto says, "I mean, we finished our mission. We're good. Well, I'm just gonna stick by because, well, I feel like the raikage is still gonna ask me to stick by." This is where Karu says, "You're unbelievable. Can you send the scroll that Koyoki is fine and all that?" Karu says, "Fine." So of course we go into a time skip about like a day. Koyoki's now the princess, the snow princess, and of course she's very glad and still kind of hates the fact that, well, Naruto just doesn't give a shit, because Naruto has never watched a single movie of what the freaking actress. Like, yeah, he doesn't give a shit. This is where Naruto, he's right now talking to Samui, and this is where, well, for some reason Koyuki kind of got jealous. Her face kind of got red a little bit. This is where Yujito says, "So, Snow Princess, since after we saved you, are you gonna make an alliance with the Cloud Village?" Koyuki thinks about it. Say, "Sure. Thank you again for saving me." This is where, well, Yujito says, "Yeah. So, Dari, you're gonna send that scroll, and you're also gonna send another scroll that the Snow Princess is going to want an alliance. Do I have to run over there? Don't be lazy like Omoi." This is where, well, Dari says, "Yes, miss." This is where he grabs the scroll and he kind of just runs, kind of going straight towards, well, the Cloud Village. This is where Naruto and, well, what's it called, his team is going towards, well, through Sound Country and at Fire Country. So, of course, we go into, well, Fire Country's kind of a little tiny relationship with two people and having a spicy confrontation. Mostly talk. So, we go into that place. Kushina is right now throwing shurikens, kunais, sword, tables, chairs at Minato Namikaze. Minato is right now managing to dodge thanks to his, well, flying raijin. He told Kushina about where, well, a little bit of Naruto Uzumaki being their child. And of course, he also did tell Jiraiya about this. Jiraiya says, "You idiot. What the? You are a fucking moron. Where do you think I'm gonna be finding him?" Minato says, "I don't know, but can you go find his body at least?" Jiraiya says, "What happened if I just find him in bones?" Don't tell Kushina that. Well, I might have to tell her, because if you don't tell her soon, I'm going to tell her that her child was alive still, and it's not right now being eaten by a wolf, and it's right now just being put into bones, or cracked his bones by a wolf. Minato pales and says, no, that's good. So we go back into Minato kind of dodging from Kushina. Kushina's going, "You motherfucker! I'm going to rip you into the..." Well, listen where Kushina says, "I'm going to rip you in half. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to murder you. And I'm going to show you what a fucking hell looks like." This is where, well, Minato's saying, "Shit, dodge. He's right now trying to dodge. He's managing to become Neo from the Matrix and dodge a lot of things. But mostly it's just a flying raijin that he's able to kind of teleport. This is where Kushina says, "Hold still, Minato Namikaze." This is where, well, Minato's like, "Kushina, let's talk about this. If I would have even told you this, well, think of Danzo." This is where Kushina says, "I don't give a shit. Danzo? I don't give a fuck. I'll snap his neck. I will snap anyone's neck for keeping my child away from me, Minato Namikaze." This is where she's saying it such creepily, and this is where Minato pales. This is where he's saying, "Kushina, think of the village. I don't give a fuck about the village, Minato. I just want my child back. I want the boy that I met a long time ago. The boy that was so scared of anyone. I'm going to rip you a new one. I'm going to rip your body a shred, make you eat it by fucking spoon feeding it to you, and I hope you fucking learn your lesson." This is where, well, Minato is like, oh, come on, Kushina, come on. Oh shit, he almost gets hit by a, like a broken piece of like a chair leg. This is where he almost gets cut by that. He's like, Kushina, come on. This is where he kind of has his kunai, yeah, but Kushina has it right in her hand. So if Minato even tries to kind of add chakra to a special seal that he can try to teleport, he's going to teleport right in front of Kushina, because Kushina managed to grab that kunai. This is where Kushina, she activates a seal, in the whole entire room that kind of denies any chakra usage. This is where Minato is saying, "Come on, Kushina, come on, we can talk about this." Ah! This is where, well, we go into, well, Naruto Uzumaki kind of just, well, with his kind of brother. This is where, well, they are going through the Sound Village, and they're almost near Fire Country. But yeah. So we get back into Minato and Mikaze. Minato and Mikaze was beating the fuck out of, and he almost saw, well, God. And God says, "It's not your time, child." Smack his ass back down for punishment. This is where, well, Minato wakes up and says, Kushina, what are you doing? Kushina has right now just some Ambu gear. This is where Kushina says, "I want a mission out of the village." This is where, well, Minato says, what about Minato Uzumaki? This is where Kushina says, "I will tell her later about her brother." That's where Minato says, but this is where Kushina says, "Get me out of the village or I'm gonna burn the village down to the ground." This is where Minato says, got it, lady. Yeah. This is where Minato is scared. He kind of screamed like a little girl when he was kind of getting his ass beat, but yeah. This is where, well, when Naruto was kind of going through the, well, Fire Country, well, mostly near Fire Country, near the border. But this is where, well, Yujito says, "Naruto, we're gonna have to change your hair, your eye color, and other things. So, what do you want your eye color to be?" Naruto's thinking, dark green. This is where Yujito says, "Fine. What do you want your hair to be?" "Black." This is where, not black. Black with brown highlights. This is where, well, not brown highlights, white highlights. This is where Yujito says, "Fine." Okay, Naruto says, "Also, can I get rid of those whisker marks? They're kind of annoying. Not gonna lie. People think I'm a cat, but I don't like being called a cat. I want to be like Killer Bee. I want to have a beer. Can I have a beer?" That's what Yujito says. "You're still too young and you look super suspicious if you had a beer. So no, I can get rid of those whisker marks though." This is where she puts a genjutsu over it, very powerful enough that no one can actually break it. This is where, well, Naruto says, "Ooh, can I also be a little bit taller like Killer Bee?" This is where Yujito says, "No. Now, just be acting normal, okay? Act normal." This is where, well, Yujito and her team are going through Fire Country, getting to the Land of Waves. But this is where Naruto, he did act normal. He dressed up like Killer Bee real fast. This is where, well, Killer Bee and, what's called Naruto right now rapping. They're like, yo, we are about to get through the Fire Country. We are about to show these goddamn, this is where Killer Bee stopped rapping saying, losers. This is where, Naruto says, "Yeah, these losers, what the true duel of the raikage." This is where, well, Yujito turns around and sees something horrifying she never wanted to see again. And she warned Naruto never to do this again. This is where Moe and Karu was still at the raikage, but yeah. Also, Daru is over there. Amoe, Amoe, who turns around, and also Samui, who turns around, sees something horrifying. Samui thinks it's kind of cute, while Amoe says, no, not this again." This is where Amoe says, "This is going to be such a drag." This is where Yujito becomes red, and she says, Naruto, what's it called? Andrew. This is where Naruto goes, yes, Pixis? This is where Yujito says, "Andrew, take those goddamn silly clothes off and pick your own clothes." So Naruto's actual original clothes are just black t-shirt, black, what's it called? A white, mostly jacket, I should say. White jacket, black t-shirt, white jacket, black pants, and of course, black sandals. So yeah. So, of course, well, Naruto says, "Yes, miss." This is where Naruto changed behind the tree, but yeah. This is where, well, they are kind of walking, and they get to, well, kind of near the Land of Waves. And this is where, well, someone is bringing, what's it called, Tazuna towards the land of waves. This is where, kind of Ambu just brings Tazuna. And of course, the Ambu's confused why there's two Jinchuriki. She doesn't know about Naruto. And of course, she says, do you need help, Cloud Ninjas? This is where Yuzuto and, what's it called? Kushina was also confused about the two children that was actually with the two Jonin and one Chunin Sensei or whatever. She doesn't understand. Even though Moe can actually kind of show to be, kind of looking like actually a Kenny. So Kushina was kind of confused, but yeah. That's why Kushina then asked if, the Cloud Ninjas need any help to kind of get, Tazuna-san towards the land of waves. This is where they say no, and this is where Kushina says, what happened if there's like bandits or ninjas or anything? This is where Naruto kind of shouted out saying, I'm not afraid of any weaklings. This is where Kushina says, you're a very happy-go-lucky one, aren't you? Naruto says, yeah, because I'm going to become the next raikage. I'm about to show everyone that, Naruto here will be showing them I will be a great Kage. This is where Naruto says, this doesn't rhyme, does it, Killer Me? This is where Killer Me says, you're doing good at least. This is where Yujuto kind of punches him in the head. And of course, this is where Yujuto's like, no, we're fine, Ambu-san. You can leave. This is where Kushina says, but can't. Tazuna-san, are you fine with this? This is where Tazuna says, can you please stay? This is where Kushina says, fine. This is where Yujuto kind of grumbles, but yeah. This is where, we go into a time skip about, an hour. Well, mostly 2 hours. And a man right now screaming and saying, fuck no. Fuck this. Fuck that. I won't give a shit. I don't get paid enough for this shit. Why is there 3 Jinchurikis here? Or not 3 Jinchurikis. 2 Jinchurikis. I won't give a fuck about Gato and his goddamn army. I don't give a fuck about anything. Haku, come on. We're leaving. I don't give a goddamn fuck about anything. I'm going to rather kill that man and take his goddamn money. I'm not fighting 2 Jinchurikis. He can shove that, the money where the sun doesn't shine. I don't give a fuck. This is where, Zabuza just walks away. He just gets away from, the Cloud Ninjas. He says, fuck that. This is where Moe says, that went well. Naruto says, I guess so. This is where Samui says, I have never heard such a grown man cuss that much. Yujuto was about to burn Zabuza into a million pieces for how much times he just cussed. This is where Killer B says, let it go. Besides, it's not like the kids haven't heard about those cuss words. This is where, Yujuto is very angry because she does not want Naruto to, be traumatized again. It was such a long time to even get him out of his traumatized state. This is where, Naruto is fine and says, oh, are we gonna go? No. This is where they're going, and of course, to get to Tazuna, this is where the Tazuna bridge is kind of being fixed, and of course, Gato gets killed by Zabuza, because, Zabuza takes his money, because fuck that, he said, I'm not fighting against any more Jinchurikis, and, fuck that. This is where he takes the money, and this is where, he also shoved his sword where the sun doesn't shine for Gato, and Gato, it's a very, amusing where Death kind of says, how did you die? This is where Gato says, I died by a sword. And where? Death is kind of chuckling. He's like right now really just torturing Gato with this. Gato says, up where the sun doesn't shine. Death started chuckling. He just started dying. But we go back into Naruto. Naruto's actually talking to the Ambu lady. And this is where the Ambu lady is saying, what's her name? This is where Naruto says, Andrew? Andrew what? Nothing else. Just Andrew. This is where Kushina says, oh, okay. So who's your parents? This is where Naruto says, if you keep this between me, it's kind of the raikage. This is what Kushina says. Raikage? But she thinks about it in her head, and she never thought of the raikage having any kids. This is where Naruto says, yeah. This is where, well, Kushina says, do you know who your mother is? Naruto says, Naruto says, she died? I don't know. This is where, well, Kushina says, oh, I'm sorry about it. I'm sorry. This is where Kushina says, so is those two your brothers and siblings? She kind of talks about Killer Bee and Yujito. Naruto says, yeah, they are. I really love them. This is where, well, Kushina nodded. This is where, well, Kushina wants to talk to Naruto for a while, and because it kind of reminds him a little bit of, well, the boy, because Naruto's a little outgoing, but as in actually still timid side a little bit. But yeah. That's where Kushina just wanted to have like a child like that, but never happened because of Minato being a dumbass and kind of throwing him to the streets, just like Haruzen does in the original canon. But yeah. This is where, well, Naruto, he is just like looking out into the sea, and this is where Kushina says, so, what do you want to be when you're older, Andrew? This is where Naruto says, I think I want to be, I think I want to be the Raikage, or maybe the God of Lightning. I don't know, probably the Lightning, God of Lightning would sound cool. Maybe the God of Lightning of being like the Raikage at the same time. This is where Kushina says, oh, that's very interesting. That's where Kushina just like looks down. She sees a fish just swimming around, and this is where Kushina, she like points at it, and this is where a chain like shots out and hits the fish, and the fish gets lifted up. This is where it's like a big ass fish, and this is where Kushina says, at least we have food right now. This is where Naruto's like, he gets hungry about it. His eyes just get starry, and yeah. This is where, well, Kushina just laughed because it's kind of adorable to see Naruto a little bit doing something like that. And this is where, well, Kushina says, interesting. Don't you think it's kind of interesting? Naruto says, yeah, can you teach me? This is where Kushina says, I can't really. Problem is because it's a bloodline. Naruto sat and says, oh, can I at least know how it works? Kushina says, sure. That's where she says, just add chakra into, well, your fingertips. Think of like a chain or something, like a creation adder. This is where Naruto is trying to. He first accidentally shoots lightning from his fingers, and that's when Kushina was winding her eyes. A boy is already able to use lightning chakra. That's where Naruto says, oops, that's the wrong thing. Naruto concentrated more using chakra and molding it out, and this is where a chain comes out, but it's right now sparkling with lightning. This is where Naruto says, that's probably the wrong thing. This is where Kushina says, creation of lightning, manipulation of lightning, that's interesting. This is where Naruto tries again, but with his middle finger, and this is where a chain appears. And this chain is gold. That's where Naruto says, is it like this? What's it called? Ambuch-san? This is where Kushina widened her eyes. The only other person that can actually do golden chains is that of, well, Minato Uzumaki, the first Hokage's, well, wife. That's where Kushina now thinks about it. Genjutsu over him. She does see it. This is where she then says, release. And this is where Genjutsu starts releasing, and Naruto's blonde hair, dark blue eyes, and whisker marks appear. This is where Kushina says, Naruto! This is where Naruto gets startled and says, who? This is where, well, what's it called? Naruto kind of hears the voice, and it does remind him of, well, that kind of person that kind of helped him a while ago. And this is where Naruto says, wait, your name is, what was it again? This is where Kushina, she was about to grab Naruto, and Naruto was scared, so Naruto jumped away from her, managing to dodge her from actually grabbing him. That's where Kushina says, no, I won't lose you again. That's where Naruto kind of gets scared and says, big sis, This is where what's it called, Yujito was kind of like helping the bridge builder kind of like move the things because, well, yeah. Killer Bee was kind of rapping with kind of annoying Amoe because, yeah. And this is where, well, we go into the Leaf Village and Minato and Namikaze kind of reading a letter from, well, C. C is kind of giving him a letter from the raikage, and the raikage had very questionable words in that letter. This is where Minato thinks that, well, the raikage just having a tantrum, but you know what, there's an alliance happening, so yeah. This is where, well, he asks C, what's with the alliance. This is where, well, C says, oh, um, C just says, well, the alliance is just because, we felt bad and trying to steal the Hyuga, and we weren't wanting to try that again. So, of course, we're just deciding to change just in case a war ever breaks out. So, yeah. That's where, well, what's it called? Well, minutes just like, oh, okay. That's interesting. Okay. So, of course, this is where C leaves. And, of course, this is where he takes, what's it called? Well, a kind of, what's it called? A letter towards, well, the Raikage, because Minato did give him that. And, of course, this is where Naruto, he's trying to, he's trying to get away from Kushina. Kushina says, stand still for a second. This is where Yujito hears it, and this is where she hears the screaming and struggling, and this is where Yujito sees Kushina grabbing Naruto from the arm really hard, and this is where Kushina is trying to hug Naruto because it's now Naruto, and this is where, Yujito sees the Genshutsu falling off of Naruto, and Naruto's eyes are afraid. This is where, Naruto's just getting a flood of memories back in his mind because of, seeing Kushina, because Kushina's mask is finally off. And this is where Naruto's like, he's getting so many memories of all the bad things in the Elite Village. This is where Naruto's kind of wanting to kill himself now. This is where, Kushina says, I'm so happy you're here, Mai. This is where, before she being able to finish that sentence, Yujito appears trying to scratch her. This is where Kushina is saying, no, he's my child. This is where Yujito is confused, but this is where Kushina throws a kunai straight towards, out. And this is where, Killer Bee is kind of hearing the commotion and even Amo. And this is where they get towards the bridge, and even Samui, and they see, Minato Namikaze appear. This is where Minato says, Kushina, what? This is where Kushina points at Naruto and says, Minato, grab him! This is where Minato sees Naruto and tries to grab Naruto, and Naruto just dodges, but this is where Minato manages to punch him in the stomach, knocking him out. This is where Kushina gets angry, but this is where Minato manages to grab him, and this is where Kushina tries to run towards, her husband, until Killer Bee tries to attack, Minato. This is where, Minato is having an unconscious Naruto, and this is where, Minato is trying to get flying Raijin with Kushina, but this is where, Killer Bee and Yujito right now are attacking, and this is where Kushina uses her chains to kind of weaken the, Jinchuriki, because her chain kind of is the Uzumaki and blah blah blah. Okay, actually no, she just used her chains to kind of block the attack from Killer Bee and Yujito, but yeah, this is where Naruto, he still kind of passed out, and this is where, Minato managed to get to Kushina and used the fly Raijin to appear in the Leaf Village, but yeah. This is where Yujito says, no! This is where Moe says, Naruto? Samui is kind of sad. She said, Naruto! This is where, the bridge was a little bit cracked around, but yeah. That's where they managed to fix the bridge, but then when they get back to the, Raikage, the Raikage is right now throwing a fit. He is pissed that his child was taken by that damn Minato Namikaze. I don't know why I say Nimiko. Minato Namikaze. This is where, Naruto is right now just having a bunch of not silly marks. He has chains around him, and this is where Naruto just transforms to light and get out of it. This is where Naruto's confused, and this is where Naruto just gets out. This is where Naruto tries to use his chakra, but this is where he can't use it. There is still a race around him, and this is where Naruto's confused. He tried to looking for that one reactor core or whatever he had in the snow country, but he has none of it. So of course, this is where Naruto he tries to leave the village because it's the Leaf Village, and is trying to escape. And this is where Naruto's just jumping from rooftop to rooftop. This is where Ambus appeared. And this is where Naruto sees the Ambus because he does just leave the, what's it called, Hokage's residence. Mostly the, Kage building. And this is where, well, they say, why were you in the Hokage, Cloud Ninja? This is where one Ambu has a dog mask. And it's saying, it seems saying you might have to come with us. Cloud Ninja. Naruto says, oh, hell no, you don't. Naruto pulls out his kunai and tries to just kind of fight against him. This is where he managed to block attacks, but this is where Naruto throws 3 kunai so fast, adding lightning chakra, well not even lightning chakra, adding lightning towards him, and managed to stab all of them like in the shoulder or even near the heart. This is where they kind of go down, but this is where, well, Kakashi widened his eyes because that kunai was going really fast. And this is where Naruto managed to kind of get away from the Ambus. This is where Kakashi appears and uses his Sharingan to put a Genjutsu on Naruto and kind of make him pass out. This is where we go into, well, a couple of days. Naruto wakes up and Naruto's in an apartment. This is where, well, someone's in front of him. This is where, well, someone named Minato Namikaze is in front of him. And Kushina Uzumaki. Kushina explains to Naruto that, well, hello there. This is where Naruto says, where am I? This is where Minato says, you are in Konoha. Naruto widened his eyes. Kinda getting twitchy a little bit. He doesn't want to be here. He tried to escape, but that fucking Amu managed to get him. He doesn't know where. He doesn't want to be here. That's where Minato says, Naruto Uzumaki, you will have to stay in the Leaf Village, and you cannot use your chakra because chakra suppressant seals are on you. That's where Naruto says, just kill me already, you bastards. That's where Kushina is horrified to think that Naruto might be under some kind of like mind-washing brain and all that. That's where Minato is kind of dumbfounded and says, I now know why he wanted the alliance. Damn it. This is why I shouldn't fall for things like that. This is where, well, Naruto is confused. Naruto doesn't know why the red-haired girl is trying to cry for him. Naruto just doesn't care. He wants to leave. He's too twitchy right now. He's in Konoha. He's twitching out really bad. This is where, well, Naruto says, just get me out of here. This is where, well, Minato says, I'm sorry, but you must stay here. This is where, well, Naruto saying, no, let me out. This is where Naruto stays in the apartment, and the Ambu, dog Ambu, managed to kind of untie him. And this is where the door is right now, well, unlocked. But this is where Kushina and Minato leave after, well, after a while. This is where Dog that came in and kind of untied Naruto and then disappeared. After Naruto tried to punch him in the face. This is where Naruto says, damn it, I'm in Konoha. Naruto's twitching out. This is where he looks around his body. He tried to look for the Kumo headband because he had like a little kind of sharp thing to kind of stab himself just in case ever does happen. And Naruto doesn't have it. So Naruto's twitching out. Twitching. So Naruto's saying, no. So where, well, we go into a council meeting kind of saying that Naruto should have been kind of like thrown out. And should have, the raikage should have kept Naruto Uzumaki, but yeah, because they don't give a fuck about the Nine Tails, but yeah. This is where Danzo's happy and is right now kind of smiling inside, saying, oh, Monster-kun, you're back. This is where Minato says, damn it. This is where Naruto did, Minato did explain to the, the council members and Kushina that there will be a 5-year if Naruto will pick the, 5 years if Naruto will pick, the Leaf Village or the Cloud Village. And Chicago was mostly the one to suggest it, but yeah. This is where, Naruto would have been kind of like 16 around there, but yeah. This is where, Minato thinks about it and thinks, quite good until a frog appears like right in front of his desk, because that was after the council meeting. And this is where the frog is telling Minato Namikaze that he pissed off a wild beast, and Jiraiya is in the room with the Raikage, and the Raikage is trying to murder him. This is where, Minato says, okay, hey, Toad, I need you to bring a message to Jiraiya and, the Raikage, saying I want to meet up in Iron Country. This is where Kushina says, no, I want him to stay here. No, I don't care. He's my child, and I need you to fucking fix this, Minato Namikaze. This is where Minato says, I'll fix this. I'll try. This is where Minato, he goes towards the, what's it called, Iron Country. And of course, the Raikage also goes there. And this is where, Raikage is pissed and is trying to murder Minato. But of course, this is where C and Daru are managing to calm him down, even though Daru is about to use Black Lightning on every fucking Konoha ninja here. This is where, Raikage suggests, fine, I will agree to those terms. Because even though he adopted Naruto, he can't actually do a war for Naruto, like a Great Shinobi War. So yeah. So of course, this is where we go into Naruto. Naruto's in his apartments, saddened, angry, can't get out, can't even use his chakra. He's annoyed with a lot of things, and Dog has been annoying him, and Naruto just doesn't care no more. He's been quite annoyed, just always annoyed, thinking that he's going to be used as a weapon again, a weapon to destroy the Cloud Village. This is where Naruto, he is hoping for Minato Namikaze to give him the good news that he can fucking leave, but he feels like he's going to be betrayed and disappointed. This is where, Naruto's annoyed. This is where, Minato Namikaze nods and then just disappears and goes back to the Leaf Village. The next day happens and Minato is now at Naruto's kind of apartment. He then kind of did bring Naruto towards what's called Inuichi to kind of look through his memories to see if he's mind control or brainwashed mostly, and not really. That's where Minato kind of gets to Naruto and says, I'm here to change the seal of Naruto. That's where Naruto glares at him. Now Naruto does not know that this is his father yet. He knows that this man is the man that his father, the Raikage, hates. But yeah, this is where, Minato says, I'm here to, get rid of the seal. This is where Naruto says, okay, and I want you to kind of tell me everything you have information on Tanzo. And you're gonna help me by going towards the tower. Naruto says, no, I refuse. Besides, I'm just here to kind of get the information to go back to the Raikage, my father. This is where Minato grumbles and says, fine. That's where, Minato, he kind of gets rid of the seal, but then puts another one in. And this is where Naruto says, good, now can I leave? This is where Minato sighs and says, well, Naruto, you can leave in 5 years. But until those 5 years are over, your father can't, get you. Because he's not starting a war for you. And you have to be, 16 at that time. So you're gonna have to wait 5 years. This is where Naruto widened his eyes. This is where Minato says, also, it seems that you might not be that important towards the Raikage. This is where Naruto tries to punch Minato. And this is where Minato puts a hand seal out, like a kind of hand seal out, and says Kai. This is where Naruto's body feels in terrifying pain. This is where Naruto feels like his chakra just got suppressed even more. This is where Naruto says, what are you doing to me, you fuck? This is where, Minato says, you should have listened to me, Naruto. That's why I changed the seal into, being similar towards the caged bird. And if you don't listen to me, Naruto, then, if you don't, listen, if you try to leave the village, Dog will also be able to kind of, stop you. And I should also mention, Naruto, if you try to leave the Leaf Village, if you try to escape, Leaf ninjas will be hunting you down just like dog, but also cloud ninjas to bring you back. You will decide in 5 years if you want to stay here or go back to the cloud village. 5 years. There's one Naruto white in his eyes. 5 years. 5 years in this hellhole. Not again, not again, not again, not again, not again. Naruto's thinking in his head. This is where he realized that the Raikage betrayed his trust. He is getting angry. His mind is racing. Just racing really fast. He can't talk to Kurama. He's been trying to talk to Kurama for a while. Mostly the Nine-Toes that he thinks about it. Mr. Nine-Toes, but that's what he calls him. But this is where Naruto, he's going to be stuck in this hellhole again for another couple of years. No, no, no. Naruto's screaming no in his head, even no outside. This is where Minato says, but whatever. I'll be leaving you, and you'll be going to the academy later. That's where Naruto says, no. Naruto says, I'm not doing any of this bullshit. This is where Minato says, hey, that little potty mouth of yours has to really change. Okay, Naruto? I don't want you to be cussing in front of your sister. Naruto knows about his sister because of Kushina. Kushina has come around, kind of trying to help him, but yeah. Naruto right now says, I'm not going to listen to you. No one. Everyone just betrays me in the end. This is where the clouds outside started rumbling like nothing, sparkling with lightning. Naruto's eyes becomes a bright, shining, kind of shocking blue. This is where Naruto says, I'll just blow all of you to straight to hell. Lightning, heaven, he says, lightning, heaven, pillar. This is where, well, Kakashi had a very high affinity to lightning. So, of course, he felt the lightning kind of building up in the apartments. This is where Kakashi grabs Minato and, takes him out. This is where he, throws Minato out. But this is where, when he tries to turn around for Naruto, a giant pillar of lightning hits the whole entire building. This is where Kakashi and Minato widen their eyes. Naruto, who is still floating. Naruto is kind of floating on a little platform. But this is where Anbus and Jonas rushes towards the scene. This is where Naruto's floating there, with crackling lightning all around his body. This is where Minato was confused. Naruto isn't supposed to use chakra. What is happening? This is where, well, Kakashi says he did use he did have the Sharingan activate, so of course he did just try to do the seal. When he tries to do it, Naruto is feeling this pain. This is where Naruto grabs his chest, and this is where, well, Minato throws the kunai, a kunai like a flying Raijin, towards Naruto, and Naruto hits it with lightning, bursting it with the shards of metal away. This is where Minato was confused. Kakashi is still doing the hand seal, and this is where, is it not? Can Naruto produce lightning out of his body without chakra? Minato is racing through his mind. This is where Naruto's pissed. Everyone just keeps betraying him. Everyone just betrays him. He thinks of the red-haired girl and how that person, what's called the two people will help him. Well, mostly the Uchihas. Betrayed. Danzo betrayed. Everyone betrays him. No one gives him a chance. No one understands his feelings. No one. He sees that the Kumo village, the Leaf village, every village will just keep betraying him. This is where Naruto, he claps his hands together. And this is where Naruto says, I had enough of this goddamn village. 9 heavenly pillars of lightning. This is where 9 pillars around the village appeared. All around Naruto, I should mention. But still, this is where they're around the village, and just lightning smashes down, hitting those places and killing a bunch of civilians. Naruto's pissed. This is where Kushina managed to get Minto away from a lightning pillar, and this is where she's running towards, well, where the commotion's at. She sees Naruto on that pillar, just on the floating platform. This is where Naruto is saying, I'm going to crush everything. I'm going to burn all of you. This is where Naruto still feels the pain. He can still feel his chakra being suppressed. This is where Naruto still doesn't want to pass out. He's still angry. He's still pissed. This is where Naruto's saying, need to somehow get away from all of you. This is where Naruto sees the outside, sees like a mountain, like a very far away mountain, and Naruto just transforms his body into fully lightning, just zapping his way straight towards that mountain, so far away from anyone, entirely. This is where Minato's like, no! He tries to, well, what's it called? He never did put a flying raikage seal on Naruto, so he cannot be teleporting to Naruto anytime, so, not every time, anytime. I swear, well, Naruto, he passes out in a cave. I swear Naruto is too tired. He can't use his chakra right now. He passes out. I swear, well, the next day happened to Naruto. He realized that none of that was a dream. The Raikage did betray his trust. Everyone thinks he's just a weapon to be used. He just wanted to be heard, talked to like a normal person, and everyone just betrayed his trust. He thinks of Bujito and even Killer Bee just betraying his trust. They were just fake people to him. Everyone is fake. Everyone in his like past life, well not past life, everyone in his like what's it called? He's going to flashbacks, but instead of seeing their face, he sees a black mystic ghost on there and a white smile. Like a white smile with a happy face and kind of just laughing at Naruto. Naruto, he's saying, all of them were just a lie. All of them were just using me. They're all just using me. I'm just a weapon, nothing else. But no. If they want to use me as a weapon, then I'll just crush them all. I'll kill them all. I don't give a shit in whatever gene there are. Naruto's going insane. Naruto says, I don't give a fuck no more. This is where, well, we go into a few months later. The Raikage hears about this report and, well, smashes his desk. Of course, he was surprised that Naruto's able to use lightning without using chakra. And Killer Bee was kind of wide in his eyes. This is where Samui does speak out and does kind of say, and Naruto could always do that whenever she met him. But yeah, and even transform his body into lightning. This is where, well, Samui didn't get the full details on what happened to Naruto, but she's hoping that the Kala village will go save him. This is where Samui is super wrong. She didn't get told by the Raikage that no one can really go get Naruto. Not if they want to start a war. And, well, that's not really important to start a war when Naruto was part of the Leaf Village before. And not a Leaf Village, village of any sorts. This is where, well, it was a village of sorts, but yeah. This is where, well, some movies just get to believe that, but this is where, well, we go into Naruto 2 months later. Naruto's body. He's been just shocking himself with pure lightning, trying to get rid of the seals that he has on his body, which he managed to break them all off, like all the suppression seals. This is where Naruto, he finally gets to talk to, well, basically the Nine-Tails, because the Nine-Tails seal was also kind of reinforced, so yeah, he couldn't really talk to the Nine-Tails. So, of course, Naruto managed to weaken enough so he can talk to the Nine-Tails. This is where Kurama says, my jailer comes back to talk to me. So, how's your life in the Leaf Village? Naruto says, cut the crap, you fucking Nine-Tails. You knew that red-haired bitch was my mother. That she wanted me back to that hellhole just to torture me again. This is where Kurama says, maybe, maybe not, maybe yes, maybe not. Naruto looks at the seal, the kanji seal, the paper. This is where Naruto goes up to that paper, grabs it, and rips it off. This is where Kurama widens his eyes and saying, what are you doing? This is where the third Hokage appears, but this is where Naruto takes lightning style. A lightning destruction discharge. This is where he sends a giant just lightning wave towards the third Hokage, erasing his chakra completely. This is where Naruto says, what I'm gonna do to you, and I'm going to get you out of my body. One way or another, I don't give a fuck about it. This is where, well, Kurama says, huh? Well, since you already got rid of the kanji, I'm being able to take over your body. This is where Naruto says, yeah, right, you are. Naruto makes a very powerful lightning attack. This is where Naruto says, lightning style, 9 heavenly pillars, Sword's hammer, lightning strike. This is where all 9 pillars appear on, what's called Kurama, and even a lightning strike appeared around the mind skip, smashing, well, Kurama and, well, Kurama itself, and destroying him and just expelling him into chakra. Kurama is trying to reform back again fast enough, but he can't. And this is where Naruto, he grabs the chakra and goes outside into, well, the real life. And of course, he grabs a metal pole, and this is where he started kind of like taking all the Nine-Tails chakra that he has inside, but turn it into lightning so he can zap it into the pole. This is where all the chakra, all of the Nine-Tails chakra, even the soul is being taken out of Naruto. Like if Naruto is using the metal, well, himself as a conductor. This is where, well, Kurama's fully free out. This is where Kurama has only 50% of his chakra back, yes, but he's the soul and it's 100%. And this is where, well, Kurama looks at Naruto and sees that, well, not 50%, it's a 4/9, so yeah. But this is where, well, he sees Naruto. Naruto's tired, and Naruto's looking at Kurama. Kurama says, what the hell did you do to me, brat? Naruto says, what I did to you was use myself as a conductor in taking you out of my body. You fucking bastard. Now that you're out of my body, I can now start my plans. And destroying Konoha and the Kumo village. Destroying all villages entirely. Ruling them with an iron, well, hammer. Well, not iron hammer. Actually, that does sound like a great kind of weapon to use. But not really. I have my own weapon desire. Now you can fuck off and stay away from me. Naruto is walking away from Kurama. This is where Kurama says, oh, come on, Naruto. You managed to free me out. And for that, I need to kill you. So I'll be able to, well, not be sealed to you again. Naruto says, huh, kill me? Fuck you. Yeah, right. I'm not gonna let some giant fox try to... This is where Kurama appears into a human form and tries to grab Naruto from the head. Naruto manages to dodge. This is where Naruto says, let's see, so you can go human. No matter. I just have to get away from you. Or manage to hurt you really bad. So you can just dispel into chakra again. And have to reform later. That's what I should probably do. But I'm not strong enough to do that. This is where, well, this is where Naruto says, exactly. He charges his hand straight towards Naruto's heart, hits Naruto. But Naruto's body was made out of lightning. Naruto says, I lied, I wasn't tired. Lightning striker, dispel a charge. 1 billion bolts of lightning strike. This is where both Naruto and Kurama are struck down. But this is where a giant hole appears, of course. But this is where Kurama is now chakra. And have to reform in 4 years. While Naruto, he managed to reform his body with lightning. And laughs at Kurama saying, pathetic idiot. Naruto starts walking away. Kurama widens his eyes. He can't do anything towards Naruto. He just can't do anything. Naruto's now leaving. Now, of course, Naruto does realize that he can also use wind, very powerful wind, without any chakra. And so, we go into Naruto. Into, well, a year later. Of course, this is where, well, the final graduation for the Leaf Village is happening. And Kumo and even Leaf Ninjas have been trying to work together to find Naruto. Because if they don't find Naruto in 5 years, then that whole alliance would never work out and it would just rip. This is where, what's it called, the raikage, widens his eyes. He kind of hoped that, well, however Naruto's feeling, he hoping that Naruto doesn't feel betrayed. Doesn't feel like he betrayed him. Which Naruto's feeling like he's betrayed. feeling like everyone hates him. Everyone hates because he's a demon, right? Now that he doesn't have the demon, Naruto's way powerful, more powerful than you ever imagined. We go into Naruto being 12 years old, but being in the sky, in the clouds mostly, over the ocean mostly. This is where Naruto has an army all behind him, almost every one of them having a special ability, not needing to use chakra, and Naruto smiling, having mostly a circle, like a ring around his body, near his chest mostly, that has drums, that has tomoes in them, and Naruto has a golden staff with him. Naruto behind him is an army with different creatures slash humans with supernatural abilities. It seems that they are basically ancient beings that used to roam this world as a pirate, and a pirate, civilian, a marine or whatever, and also use devil fruits, hawking. This is where all of them has different abilities. This is where Naruto smiles and says, "So close, when I have an army. Listen to me now, 5 great nations. If you will ever hear my word, I will say surrender." Naruto's talking out loud, but also giving out a speech, saying, "The 5 great nations will bow down towards our knees. They will bow down when we show them our power, our true power, our power to destroy them, to make them fear us." That's where most of the people think, yeah! Dragons, people has very powerful fire, people who has red eyes, people that has, swordmanship and all them other things. That's where they're screaming at their leader, because this leader was the one to bring them all united together. From ancient beings to ancient creatures to ancient people that roamed this world 10,000 years before the age of the shinobi world even started. Naruto, who has these 2 very strong devil fruits that he has, is right now leading an army that will destroy the 5 great nations and how he was treated. But this is where I'm going to leave it off for part 2 of What If Naruto Was Neglected and Ate 2 Devil Fruits. So, if you thought that I was going to copy the same thing as Anime King, no, it's not. Basically changing it. Or not changing it, I'm basically going on my own story. Because, this is how I saw my own story. But, so, mostly the story is basically inspired by that one. That story I mentioned in the beginning from Anime King. But, other than that, Andrew D. Monkey is right now going to shake the 5 great nations towards their knees. Not shake them, mostly shake the world and make the 5 great nations bow down towards him, the new ruler of the 5 great nations. But other than that, I'm gonna leave it off here. But bye bye, potato, and 1 hour and 20, not 22 minutes, 13 minutes. But my voice is hurting, and other than that, bye bye.